I know we've run quite a bit of branding test, performance tests, and I think you're right where it's a little mixture of both. I call it lean back media versus lean in media. So, John, what are your thoughts about this allocation? Because I think this is the number one question you deal with our clients here at LiftLab.
My answer is that quite often the brands that are reaching out are so over dependent on looking at click-based kind of last click-based attribution that, and they know it in their hearts that they are probably overweighting that into the funnel. And so our let go of the drug kind of pull it, rip it out of their hands is to show them the performance based, call it in the incrementality really of their middle and upper funnel media. And we'll kind of explain like, look, it may be driving some other things that we're not capturing here. It may have some even longer term effects. You may want to supplement this with some survey based data, have at it. But at a minimum, if you cut this off, this is how much revenue you're going to see go poof. And then it gets back to what kind of Adam said, then you get to sit and look at it kind of objectively and say, now, are those extra dollars into top of funnel more effective than what I've already kind of done or my target for what you kind of call it maxing out, one of the social channels or search? Can we measure upper funnel on a performance basis? Not to say that's all it delivered, but to say, you may be shooting yourself in the foot if you cut this off. Like if you just kind of walk in and say, cut spend and people do it top of funnel, then they need to know what's going to be the kind of outcome of that or
I want to add something to that because one thing I've found is like often this when I have this conversation, which I've had millions of times with CMOs, they're like, okay, we're going to invest more in top of funnel. I'm like, great. That's awesome. I think the bottom of funnel is the most bullshit. So I'm with you. We're going to do more brand. So some amount of the campaign is going to optimize for video views. Some amount of the budget is going to optimize for traffic. And then some of the amount of the budget is going to optimize for conversion. And I'm like, ooh, okay. Like we can do that for sure. And we can measure it in the way you just described, John. And that's cool. And it could work out great. But like, isn't it notable that when we optimize for video views, for example, the CPMs of that media are a tenth of the media that we're optimizing for conversions? Sure. And also, isn't it remarkable that the video view completion rate for those campaigns is sky high relative to our normal campaigns? And the click-through rate is almost zero. It's almost like the algorithms are so fucking good at showing ads to people who just watch stuff but never click when advertisers ask for people who just watch stuff and never fucking click. And it's like, okay, let's move up the chain. You want to optimize for just impressions? Great. Wow. Now the video view rate is almost 0% on the exact same creative. Click-through rate 0 and the CPMs are even lower. Like, so that's where I tend to be like, okay, you want to put more into the top of funnel? Spectacular. Let's lower our ROAS targets for our actual campaigns that drive results. And instead of targeting a 1.2x one day click, whatever, we target a 0.5x. Because like if you give some of these platforms the opportunity to take your money and show it to their shittiest audience, they will jump at the opportunity.
They will oblige. Let's know the incremental revenue for those. I mean, I love that you're bringing up the optimization. Like when we say something like top of funnel, there are still media buying choices there. They're not as many, but right. Your examples are
for
great.
Sure.
I would just say, I want to know the incremental of each of those, right? I mean,
absolutely.
And it could be fine with me that you got 0 people clicking, but you've got a healthy chunk.
If you can show that video view campaign on Facebook is actually driving ROAS, first of all, the client will be stoked. You guys look like geniuses. And you know what will be the most stoked? The people at Facebook. They'll be like, whoa, this is amazing. Like, we should get everybody to do this shit.